The afternoon sun beat down on the dusty streets. But for Kalen, the world was a cold, gray place. His shoulders, perpetually slumped from a weight far heavier than the delivery boxes he carried, aged with a deep, bone-level exhaustion. Every step in his worn-out, ducted taped shoes was a reminder of the relentless treadmill of his life, a race he was forever losing. In his pocket, the final notice from the landlord crinkled like a mocking laugh, a stark contrast to the single, crumpled $10 bill that was all that stood between his daughter and utter destitution. His little girl, with eyes the color of summer violets and a spirit too bright for their single, dimly lit room, deserved more than a father who counted pennies to buy bread. If your heart believes that everyone deserves a second chance and that kindness can change the world, then please do us a great favor. Like this video, share it with someone who needs a dose of hope, and subscribe to Soul Tale for more stories that remind us of the light in the darkness. Today's delivery, however, was different. The address led him not to a cramped apartment or a busy office, but to the gilded gates of Silvercrest Manor, a fortress of wealth perched on a hill that seemed to look down on the entire city. The man he was to deliver the package to was Alistair Vance, a tech millionaire famous for his ruthless business deals and his cold, calculated demeanor. Kalen's stomach churned as he was led by a silent butler through marbled halls that echoed with a sterile emptiness. He found Alistair in a glass-walled study, staring at a screen filled with dizzying financial charts. "Your package, sir," Kalen mumbled, placing it carefully on the obsidian desk. Alistair didn't look up, merely grunting in dismissal. But as Kalen turned to leave, a desperate, foolish idea born of sleepless nights and paternal despair took root. He remembered the new ATM card tucked in his wallet activated just yesterday. Maybe, just maybe, the odd job he'd done for Mr. Henderson had been processed early. Swallowing his pride, his voice barely a whisper, he turned back. "Sir, I'm so sorry to bother you, but could I possibly use your computer for just a moment? I just want to see my balance." "The library's closed and my phone's broken." Alistair Vance finally looked up, his eyes, the color of chilled steel, sweeping over Kalen's frayed collar and patched trousers. A slow, condescending smile spread across his face. It wasn't a smile of amusement, but of pure, unadulterated contempt. He laughed, a short, sharp, humorless sound that echoed in the vast room. "See your balance," he repeated, the words dripping with sarcasm. "By all means. Let's see the magnitude of your financial empire. It will be the most entertaining thing I've seen all day." He gestured mockingly towards the sleek monitor on his desk. Kalen's face burned with a shame so profound it felt like a physical blow. His fingers trembled as he pulled out his worn wallet and extracted the simple plastic card. Each second felt like an hour as he navigated to the bank's website on the millionaire's impossibly large screen, the glare highlighting the grime under his own fingernails. He could feel Alistair's mocking gaze burning into him. He typed his details with clumsy fingers, his heart hammering a frantic rhythm against his ribs. This was a mistake. This was humiliation. He was about to close the browser when the screen refreshed and the world stopped. The mocking smirk vanished from Alistair Vance's face. His eyes, which had been narrowed in derision, widened in sheer. He leaned forward, his chair screeching in the sudden silence. There on the screen in crisp, undeniable digits was a number that defied logic, 4 sub 8572321. For a full 10 seconds, the only sound in the room was the quiet hum of the computer. Kalen stared, his mind a complete blank. This was wrong. This was a cruel system error joke. He had $87. He knew he had $87. What is this? Alistair's voice was strangled. All traces of arrogance gone, replaced by a bewildered, almost fearful curiosity. Kylan could only shake his head, his eyes fixed on the impossible number. And then he saw it. The account name. It wasn't his. Well, it was, but not just his. It was a joint account he had opened a lifetime ago with his late wife, Lyra. The account they had dreamed of filling for Alla's future. The account he had believed held nothing but dust and memories. A single forgotten seed money from a long-lost relative, invested in a trust he never understood, had matured. Lyra, ever the brilliant, forward-thinking one, had set it up. She had always believed in a future he couldn't see. Tears, not of sadness but of a tidal wave of release, began to stream down Kalen's face. They were tears for every missed meal, for every "no, we can't afford it" he'd had to tell his daughter. For every night he cried himself to sleep, wondering how he would keep a roof over their heads. This was Lyra's final gift, her last act of love, arriving like a miracle in their darkest hour. The weight on his shoulders didn't just lighten. It shattered, falling away in a cascade of relief so powerful his knees felt weak. He wasn't a failure. He was a guardian, and his wife had ensured he could finally be the one she always knew he could be. He slowly turned to face Alistair Vance. The millionaire was no longer a giant looking down, but simply a man, his worldview cracked open by the profound and unexpected revelation that the most significant fortunes are not always the most visible. Kylan didn't say a word. He didn't need to. He simply pulled his card from the reader, tucked it back into his shabby wallet, and walked out of the marble palace. Not as a defeated man, but as a king returning to his queen. If this story of a father's struggle and a mother's enduring love touched your heart, if it reminded you that hope can arrive in the most unexpected ways, then please let us know in the comments. Your engagement helps us share these beams of light with the world. And as the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the city, Kalan didn't head home. He went to the park first and bought 2 ice creams, the kind with the chocolate shell that Alara loved so much. He would sit with her on their rickety fire escape, and for the first time in years, he would tell her a story not of struggle, but of a love so strong it could bridge any distance, even one as vast as the one between heaven and earth. Before we end, we have a special request for you, dear viewer. We would be deeply honored if you could leave a comment below with the word Aliara to honor the love that transcends even time. Thank you for watching, and remember, no matter how dark the night, the dawn is always